George actor Lance Barber reunites with his on-screen kids for the first time since the end of young Sheldon in the new Georgie and Mandy's first marriage set image. Two major events in the Cooper family story define the young Sheldon finale. Firstly, the end of Sheldon's childhood in Texas, as he moved to California to begin his postgrad at Caltech, and secondly, when George's death came unexpectedly. While there are no plans for both characters to return to the Big Bang Theory universe for now, that hasn't stopped Barber from checking up on his TV kids in the young Sheldon sequel. Reagan Reverd recently shared a new image on Instagram with Barber visiting her and Montana Jordan on the set of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. Check out the image below. With the Scrubs showrunner declaring his plans for the sitcom's inevitable revival, it sounds as though he wants to recreate the same dynamic from the show's final season before it was ultimately cancelled as a result. Bill Lawrence's promise that he is definitely going to make more episodes of Scrubs still has me cautiously excited. However, I'm very concerned that the blueprint he seems to have in mind has already failed the show once before. I'm sure it can be improved upon, but the memory of watching it crash and burn in 2010 still sticks in my mind. Of all 9 seasons of Scrubs, the final run was my least favorite. Even the presence of familiar faces like Zach Braff's John, J.D. Dorian and Donald Faison's Christopher Turk wasn't enough to shake the feeling of the sitcom's drastic transformation into what felt like an underwhelming spin-off. Certain elements did work, though, and others will unavoidably need to be revisited when Scrubs is revived. If he does stick to his declared route of bringing the show back, I hope Lawrence makes some much-needed changes to avoid the disaster of Scrubs Season 9 repeating itself. Bill Lawrence's Scrubs Season 10 plan sounds worryingly similar to the Med School reboot. The Scrubs revival could just be Season 9 all over again. Scrubs Season 9 Med School Michael Mosley as Drew Suffin, Carrie Bish as Lucy Bennett, Dave Franco as Cole Aronson with Doctor and Clipboard. Scrubs showrunner Bill Lawrence spoke with Lad Bible about his desire to bring back the medical sitcom. What worries me most is that his comments sound like he is describing Scrubs, Med School. As a formula, I would have thought Lawrence had learned that the show's 9th season fell short of the success of the previous 8. Unfortunately, his plans sound like a recreation of Scrubs Season 9, rather than Scrubs Season 10 returning to how the show used to be before the Med School changes. In the image, Barber, who has already grown his hair and facial hair, is seen hugging both Jordan and Reagan. His former young Sheldon co-stars are currently in the process of filming Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's second episode, but a report from TV Line clarified that Barber was only visiting and George would not appear on the show. Can Lance Barber ever reprise his role as George after young Sheldon? Barber's return as George is possible despite his young Sheldon death. George's death and subsequent funeral were some of the best episodes of the whole The Big Bang Theory franchise. Because of Sheldon and Mary's story in the nerd-centric sitcom, Barber's character dying was long determined. Despite this, there was hope that the popularity of young Sheldon, coupled with the prequel successfully rehabilitating the Cooper family patriarch's image, would dissuade Chuck Lorre and his writers from killing off such a beloved character. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Sheldon's father passing away shaped the final 2 episodes of the series, which were masterfully done.